everyone. Today we are diving into a critical topic in Islamic finance. This is the challenge of the managing Sharia risk, specifically concerning into a late payment penalties in house product. At the core of Islamic finance is the absolutely prohibition of riba or interest. This isn't just a rule, but it is a moral stand to prevent oppression and ensure justice in financial transactions, so that Islamic banking was designed as an ethical alternative. However, a complex challenge arises when customers are late on payment. How do we hold borrowers accountable without falling into a trap of riba? A study titled with late payment penalty, a study of Sharia risk in Islamic housing products highlights the tension between two concepts, ta'wid and gharamah. In short, institution must balance compensation for actual losses with penalty charge. The research emphasized that these fines aren't just arbitrary. They must align strictly with Bank Negara Malaysia guidelines. These guidelines ensure that fines do not become a source of profit for the bank, which would be considered of riba, but rather a tool to maintain discipline and fairness for all parties. Ultimately, the studies remind us why Sharia risk management is so vital. Ensure that Islamic banking remain honest, transparent, and most importantly is faithful to its ethical foundation. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Danisha Devi. Today I'm going to present the summary of this article. This article examines how late payment penalties work in Islamic housing products in Malaysia. Especially, the study focuses on how these banking practices comply with Sharia principles. So, as we know, Islamic banks cannot charge interest, which is called riba. So, this is a way conventional banks do. Because of this restriction, Islamic banks have to apply alternative mechanism to manage late payments from the customers. So, the study highlights two very important mechanisms used in the industry. The first is ta'wid. This is a compensation fee for the actual financial loss suffered by the bank due to the delay. And the second is gharamah. This acts as a penalty charge specifically designed to discourage the late payment in the first place. So that's all from me. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nabil Akram bin Nawawi. My metric number is A25A4734. Okay, I would like to share the summary of this article, which discusses the application of ta'wid and gharamah in Islamic banking. Okay, first of all, ta'wid is a law because it is used to cover the real loss faced by the bank when customer make late payment. Meanwhile, gharamah is used as a penalty to encourage customers to pay on time, and the money collected must be donated to charity. Besides that, the study found that different Islamic banks apply this method in different ways. This can create Sharia risk because some practices may not fully Islamic principle and guidelines. Okay, other than that, if these penalties are not managed properly, they may look similar to interest-based practices which are prohibited in Islam. Therefore, clear guidelines and monitoring from BNM or Bank Negara Malaysia are important to ensure that all Islamic banking practices remain Sharia compliant. Overall, this article highlights the importance of maintenance, fairness, transparency, and integrity in Islamic financial product, so that people will continue to trust the Islamic banking system.
It is a clear discussion because this article has a solid theoretical framework that considers the weight of the Quran and Hadith, the opinion of Islamic scholars, and BNF regulation. which are used to argue about Tauhid and Ghammah. One of the strengths of this article is that the study is based on qualitative method, including interview with Sharia official from Sid Islamic Bank. As from the limitation of this study, the sample size is very small because it only involves Sid Islamic Bank in Malaysia. This study does not take into account the view of customer and the public about Tauhid and Ghammah because this study is based on the perspective of Sharia official. The authors used triangulation in conducting their study by confirming information obtained from interviews with information obtained from officials.
Although this study revealed that the rule did allow punishment, some Islamic scholars believe that Ghammah is like usury. There was also discussion about the hardship experienced by customers who were having difficulty making payments. In addition, another more appropriate method is to use repayment structuring, collateral, rahnu, or guarantee, rather than emphasizing the imposition of fines on customers. Overall, this paper offers valuable information on Sharia risk management in Islamic banking. Although further research is needed to include more respondents and different perspectives.
Hi, my name is Nur Yasmin Ayuni binti Rizal, and for this part, I'm going to talk about the relevance and implications for riba. And first of all, this concept strengthens Islamic financial theory by ensuring every transaction strictly emphasizes fairness, transparency, and full of Sharia compliance. Secondly, Islam allows control punishment for customers who deliberately delay payments to maintain discipline. However, the goal is strictly deterrence, not making a profit from customers' distress, which is completely apart from exploitative conventional interests such as riba. Other than that, Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) plays a crucial role as a regulator. Their strictly guidelines ensure that operational penalties like Taqweed and Gharamah protect the system without exploiting customers, keeping their entire process free from riba.
As for partial aspect, this study has had significant implication for Islamic financial institution as failure to comply with Sharia principle can affect the reputation of Islamic bank and public confidence in the Islamic financial system. However, it also helped to increase public understanding of how the Islamic financial system seek to avoid the element of usury in financial transaction. Strict monitoring and good Sharia governance are very important to ensure that Islamic financial products are truly free from
My
usury.
name is Ibn Najwatul Madia binti Muhammad Zamri. For future research, the researchers suggest that more studies be done related to Sharia risk management in Islamic banking. Further research can also focus on the effectiveness of late payment penalties and the level of customer understanding of the concept in the Islamic banking system in Malaysia. The research can also be extended to modern digital financing issues such as online lending and Islamic fintech, as digital transactions are growing and operating to create a new form of usury risk in modern Islamic finance.
My name is Nur Aliana binti Zawawi. My metric number is A25A4728. So, for the conclusion is riba prohibition ensures economic justice by distinguishing money lending from productive trade. For the second is in FIQH MUAMALAT, money is a medium of exchange, not a commodity for generating risk-free profit. The third is Islamic finance seeks to align financial transaction with a real economic productivity, providing a distinct ethical alternative to conventional interest-based system. That's all.